You travel for another few days, unhindered, until you reach the outskirts of Reyholt. The city itself, I don't have scenes for this, so I'm just throwing y'all here. I have found several scenes for what I want to do in and around Reyholt, but I'm only going to use them when I need them for the thing. But you come up to the large city walls. A new ring of walls is being built as the city is being expanded further than any of you remember. It will now, once this one is done, the city will have 8 rings of walls. You get into Reyholt very easily. Of course, there are guards, patrols, things like that. But the gates are open. Traffic is flowing freely in and out. There are buskers aplenty around there doing juggling, backflips, cartwheels, things like that. You got a small troop of people that are kind of doing battling violins together. One of them will kind of play and move around, and another one will take turns. Like it's a very festive and joyous area. You continue walking into the city. You notice a lot of the buildings that in your memory were damaged are newer and larger. The 2-story building that was destroyed to your left is now a 4-story building. The city itself is just thriving. As you continue walking, you get to the residential district that was burned down. Assuming all of you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
It has been turned into a memorial district. There are... No, go ahead. Sorry, what?
I checked for Cyclopses.
Yes, they live there in peace and harmony. One of them throws his eyeball at you.
Please no.
That did a lot of damage. In this memorial district, there are 3 large buildings. They are like apartment-style buildings that are in the process of being built. 2 of them are completed. One of them is about half done. They are offering free housing, free food, things like that for people in need. The person funding has remained anonymous. So you don't know who is paying for this and who is doing this, but someone is doing like a great deed here in the city. As you continue walking around, the population of Reyholt has gone up a good bit. A lot of people from surrounding areas came to Reyholt over the past several decades, with their lands being ravaged by orc raiders or plague, whatever Oleg had going on, and seeking refuge here and just deciding to stay here. And now the more present threat of the necropolis pushing people here too, and they are being received with open arms and well taken care of. Under the new king of Reyholt, Elijah Wren. Elijah Wren. Sorry, I didn't realize I doubled up the word Wren, because the other guy's name was that.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was like, wait a minute.
It's spelled different, though.
Okay.
It's spelled the Warcraft way.
Elijah Wren took the throne 12 years ago, after the previous king died and left no heirs, as all of his heirs had fallen to the plague from Oleg. Elijah was the first king of Reyholt to actually be voted in by his peers.
Whoa.
Not long after you're still kind of walking around, you get to a familiar section of the city. It is the market district, and next to the market district, in between the market and one of the residential districts, lies your guild hall. You are getting close to there, but not quite. Setari, you actually pass a large tree and see decades-old scarring across the tree from claw marks. I assume you remember what that is from.
I'm guessing. I think I can put 2 and 2 together there, yeah.
You continue kind of walking through. You turn a corner. You see a lavishly dressed man in bright purple robes bearing emblems of Reyholt down his regalia. several guards holding halberds, short swords, battle axes, war axes, all polished and shining in the sun, standing to his sides, marching directly towards you. Him and his entourage of about 20-25, armed to the teeth soldiers, approach all of you, stop, again, 20 yards or so in front of you. Every one of them take a knee in front of you.
Oh, okay.
Croker places a hand very arrogantly on his chest.
Setari's hand goes to her face, just like, oh.
The man wearing the lavish robes stands up and says, I received word you would be arriving, and I have been looking for you. I am King Elijah. It is a pleasure to meet all of you.
You as well.
Nice to meet you too.
I'll drop to a knee before him if he says he's the king. It seems far more.
Oh, my king, I didn't vote for him.
No, I didn't.
That
That
sounds like a Monty Python line.
It is.
Really, it is actually.
It is, actually.
He walks all of you to the guild hall and says, if it is all right with you, I would like to speak to all of you. I've been waiting with bated breath to do so, and what better place would be the old Shield of Yeren Guild Hall?
I
plan to visit there myself anyway. So.
Of course, Your Majesty. Whatever is best for you.
Yeah, sure.
Setari, when we're done with this map, don't leave yourself next to the stairs.
Yep.
That was pretty funny. It's interesting to figure out that too.
Yes, that can be a problem.
But the king is here. Most of his guard and entourage, especially some of his elite guard, try to come in with him, and he puts his hand on their shoulders and goes, if I can't trust these people, then who can I trust? And he just walks inside with all of you and leaves his guard outside.
Well,
I will get an eyebrow raise from Ikrie.
well, if we decide to commit regicide, now's the time to do it.
So to even get an eyebrow raise from Setari, just like, okay.
As his flesh begins to warp and change grow out of him.
Nope. He's been within 10 feet of me. I would have known.
No, you would have given it. No.
Yes, you got to check. He didn't pass.
Hammer. Kroku.
He looks at all of you and says, first, again, it is so amazing that you're here. I shudder to think of what your cause is to be here. I mean, we all have our assumptions, the prophecy, the necropolis, the impending war with Lux. There's some reason you were here, but perhaps you were just wherever you were before you'd had enough of, and you came back of your own volition, and there is no prophecy. Either way, you are here now, and I did not get to my position, nor have I done what I have done with Yeren by beating around the bush and, placating people. I'm a man of action. I am a very straightforward person, so I will get to the point. The Wolven Hammer. I would like to offer you the deed to the Guild Hall and the business writ of the Shield of Yeren, so that you may become the new owners and lieutenants of the Shield of Yeren and continue this great guild's quest of keeping Yeren safe. My kingdom will offer you a stipend to help cover some finances and things of that nature if you decide to say yes to this.
I turn and look at Ikrie's expression.
He's thoughtful.
I know nothing of working a business. I hit things. I don't know anything of...
The Shield has been a part of Yeren for a very long time, but it has always been an autonomous part of Yeren. I will happily give you a stipend, as I said, as I want to help you help me, but you do not work for me. You are not the king's weapon to do as he will. It will be your call how you choose to help Yeren. And I can only hope that it does not corrupt you as it did the previous owners.
Three
Yes,
guild hall,
they,
3 guild hall, and an ounce was the catch.
Hold on.
we protect urine. I mean,
Before that,
We're going to do that anyway.
I did a little asking around myself, and it was my understanding that Amados had the deed to this guild hall.
He did at one point, yes. He turned it over to me a little time ago. He wanted to dispose of it. I talked him into giving it to me on the off chance that the whispers and the prophecy were true, and he did return. Even Amados agreed that the only people, or as he put it, the only person that he could really see sitting in this chair, and he kind of turns and motions towards the chair at the head of the hall, is Miss Vindrith.
who?
It's my last name.
Oh. Yeah,
It's,
we never talk about last names.
Yes.
It seems kind of rude. I'm perfectly capable of sitting behind a chair. I did it many years when I. And never mind.
Oh no! I've sat in all kinds of chairs.
I turned to the party. I don't know about you, but I plan to accept this offer.
I think if such an offer is taken, things need to be publicly made aware about us to avoid something like Marissa.
How you wish to handle things like that will be up to you. Everyone has their past. I cannot fault you for your past. I can only fault you for your present and your future and how you handle yourself. What Marissa did, she did hiding behind the Shield of Yeren, using it to protect her from her deeds. What you have done before holding the shield is who you are before. This is who you are now. I do wish to add, now, this is yours regardless if you accept or not, and I do not want it to sway your decision one way or the other. But there's a small portion of my treasury that I have kept to the side in hopes you ever return. My advisors called me a fool for doing so, but now I get to laugh at them since you're here, so this small amount is definitely just worth seeing the look on their face. I will have it arranged to be brought here to you. It will be a couple chests containing the sum of 2,500 gold.
Sorry. Was there 2 zeros at the end of that?
Kuroko keeps a very straight face. Yes, that will suffice. Thank you. Maybe.
Yes, Ko. 2,500.
I'll lean over to Kuroko and just say, Your Majesty.
Is he not out of reach if we are operating a organization?
As I stated before, Kuroku, you will be citizens of Yeren, and I will be your king to that extent, but you're running the Shield of Yeren. You are not my employees. I do not own or do not wish to sway how you run the Shield. That is completely on you.
Let's see.
Will work. I would rather us work together, not one for the other.
Let's see. Well, Your Majesty, it is. Then we will accept this kindness. Thank you.
The rest of you agree?
I hope it don't let you down, sir. Your Majesty.
I feel like I don't have. Yeah, we'll take it.
What are your concerns, Ko?
No, I just don't feel I had as much stake in the shield than they did, but I'll help them.
All the more reason for you to help rebuild the new one.
Yes, it's kind of what I was thinking in the end.
I lean over behind Ikrie and say, they were trying to hunt me to death and kill me, and I said yes, so take that for what it is.
I don't think they were going to kill you. They just wanted me to prosecute you.
We both know how that would have ended.
He turns to you. Now, as you know, Keith, when I have NPCs calling you Kuroku, they're actually saying Yoshido. It's just
Right.
yes.
I almost brought it up, but I was like,
I will specify, like in this case, where he does turn, and in very poor Tian, you can tell he's been trying. He's not good at it. A lot of Tian people have been coming here, as you know, so he's trying to learn to talk to his people. So in very rough and broken Tian, he says this exact word for word. Not worry. Your secret safe. Your past forgiven. Kuroku. And he puts his hands together and kind of bows forward towards you.
I reply in very broken Tian, very simple words. My interest peaked. My respect gained.
And
And
y'all
bow.
just saw them speak Japanese to each other, and no one knows what they said.
What the hammer was that? Sorry, what the hammer was that?
That's going to be a good hammer.
So please, Rordrik, for the love of it, please censor the first one, and when he says hammer, like replace it with the F word.
No, not how this works.
That would be wonderful.
At least do it for a fake clip.
Okay. The deed will be sent over with the chest of gold for you. I do not know how you wish to handle the shield, or, of course, Yaren has been doing, well, a lot of the mundane problems that we used to deal with. They seemed so big at the time. But now with the impending threat of war on two fronts, the old days of raiders and pirates and bandits just don't seem as big anymore. But these are still things, and the people do need help. So it will be up to you how you wish to handle it. If you wish to hire new members, if you wish to keep it in-house here, I will offer whatever help I can, whether it be what resources I may be able to share, or what advice as a leader I may be able to share, especially with you, Ikrie, if you are going to be the actual head here. I do not know if y'all wish to do a council where you're all in charge, or one of you. It's really up to you. But on the topic of the threats that are coming, the necropolis, before you ask, I know you're going to ask, I cannot spare any of my troops to help you with Goodmitten. I am sorry. I have been receiving more and more reports of increased military activity from Locke. I must keep my borders safe. Part of my concerns there are just not having enough troops and being spread too thin. His eyes kind of shift between all four of you before landing on Ikrie, and he says, Ikrie, if it is alright with you, might I have a word in private?
Well, of course.
You and him walk off somewhere together. Out of respect, I understand you wish to be called Ikrie, so I will continue to do so. But I know who you are, and I know where you are from. Do not fret, do not worry. As I told everyone else out there, your past is your past. But as the King of Yaren and bringing people in with the kind of power you will have in the shield, it is my duty to do a little homework and research on.
I was about to tell you anyway, so.
And I have no doubt from what I've learned about you that you would have been forthcoming. But what I am about to ask you, I almost feel bad asking someone with a heart such as yours. I do not know what is going on in Locks. I know a long time ago you used to have noble ties. Do you think you might still have any strings that you could pull? Perhaps finding out information that could be useful to us. I hate to ask you to spy on your own people, but I am becoming desperate as my people become more and more frightened.
Well, seeing as my father has decided to take over the country and place it under tyrannical rule,
He kind of, his hands begin trembling, and he kind of looks at you and goes, "No, I knew that you. No, that's
my name is Faeruna. Oh wait, hold on. I forgot. Well,
I forget my name.
My name is Faeruna Marigold Tatianova Atreides. It is a pleasure to meet you.
I had learned some information about you, being of a middling noble class family and locks and things of that nature, but I did not. Lord Atreides is your father.
Yes. And I find the news of what's happening, they're very disturbing.
The Black Tyrant Atreides. The Digger of Mass Graves Atreides.
Every time he says one of these titles, like she's like visibly recoiling from them. Like she's flinching.
See, there is no love lost there. I do not wish to ask you to do this as a member of the Shield, but as a member of the Kingdom. The Kingdom needs you, Ikrie, but if you say no, it will not be held against you. You will retain whatever powers and promises for running the Shield that I've already granted. This is extra, and I have to ask. Would you be willing to help in some way finding out what is happening with Lux, whether it be infiltration, whether it be information, spying, diplomacy, whatever your insight would really prove invaluable.
Whatever that thing is in charge over there, it is not my father. So, yes. I'm determined to get to the bottom of what is happening over there and end it.
It is. I try to stay as well informed as I can. He actually reaches out and tries to take you. Do you recoil? Or do you let him take your hand?
I have a clenched fist because of my anger.
He is taking your fist in his hands, and he like cups your fist in both of his hands with the other one on top.
I will inhale, like do a deep inhale to calm myself down.
He looks in your eyes and says, "I keep myself well informed, so I know a fair bit about what is happening. And let me be the first to say, you have my condolences for both the death of your father and your mother, for it seems like both of your parents are gone in one way or another. But you are still a child of the Earth, and will not go wanting, and will not be forgotten through history. Lady Ikrie, your destiny is yours."
Thank you. And she is fighting back tears.
He smiles a little bit and nods and goes, "I understand. I will give you a moment. Know that feigning strength is not true strength. Knowing your emotions is true strength." And you see like some tears kind of welling up in his eyes. And he turns and he walks out and leaves you alone.
Okay.
I put my hand on Ikrie's shoulder.
No, you don't, because
we
they're...
walked off the fucking
I
path.
walked off. Good. Well, then I go find Ikrie.
The king comes back into the room with all of them.
Oh, but not Ikrie?
No, Ikrie is not with him. Do any of you say anything to the king?
If
Oh, sorry, we're in a conversation. I was typing.
Oh, that's fine.
Is there anything else you need from us, Your Majesty? We have traveled far and need to rest.
My new friend Yoshito, I do have one question to ask of you. It's actually one question for the three of you. Where do I have the food and wine delivered to and stored in this place? I'm sure you could use it.
guess
He is saying that almost in jest, letting you know he's having food and wine delivered.
I point to this door.
Okay.
This isn't the first time I've been in this guild hall, so I point to that door. It's
There is
Yeah.
a second floor. You can't go up the stairs.
I will pick out a room later.
Those are dangerous stairs. Gotta watch out being near them.
And as you walk around the guild hall, the corners begin shifting. Rooms begin getting hot. Some get cold.
I stay away from corners and go to this nice rounded area up here.
There's still a 90-degree angle where the floor meets the wall.
I cast Resilient Sphere on myself.
You just huddle in it like.
There's no right angle.
Cast Resilient Fear on the Hound of Tendalos.
Honestly, I had already talked to Pactum about that, and it would be very good for it because it would be.
It would make it sickened until it could destroy the sphere and get out. All right. The king leaves. Says that he is going to be sending some people to stock this place with food, wine, meat, things of that nature. Your gold will be arriving soon too, so do shopping with all of that. The deed is here. All of you just need to sign of who actually owns the property, and you need to sign on the deed. As you will get one copy, the king will get the other. You will sign who is actually in charge of the Shield of Glory. If you want it to be all of you, that's fine. If you just want it to be a single person, that is also.
I refuse
So,
to sign.
How should we do this?
I nominate.
Not with her.
I nominate Ikrie.
I think it should be everyone, or anyone that wants to at least take part.
I has
I'm
no idea.
still not.
I don't know what all this means, really.
No offense to any of you, but we've seen how good can turn evil.
Of course.
And
The best intentions don't always lead to the best outcomes.
I have enough entanglement. I don't know what the future holds once we rid ourselves of the maladies that our organization has sworn to destroy, but I want no long-term entanglement.
I also think, though you may disagree, we should divulge our troubled pasts to the public.
Why?
It's things like that that also led to Marissa running things and having so much power. And not the evil deeds she had committed to do good, and held her much higher than they should have.
The people already see us as living legends. Do we really want to destroy their morale like that?
The one thing keeping them going is the hope, even if it might not be the best placed.
At the very least, I think I should say the things about myself. So if I take a public position here, it won't come back when it does eventually get found out.
You could start with us. You could tell us first, unless it's something that we weren't already aware of.
No, mainly my dealings with the cult back then.
Whisper me exactly what you mean, but go ahead and make the roll because I think you know what you're talking about.
Okay, I will.
This Abraxas fellow.
And they are after me. They will eventually come for revenge. I mean, I stole a couple of gold from them and left them leaderless.
Well, I could see your particular situation becoming troublesome once the cultists start to hunt you. They could come into Reyholt and poison your name even if it is the truth. So I could see yours becoming an issue. And
We want to disclose
pretentious.
it before that happens.
Ikrie, the same could. Well, I don't know. Ikrie may not be back in this room yet.
I don't think
I'll
she
spend
is.
about like 10 minutes in that other room. And unless you go
Are
in
you,
there-
are you having you a
Oh.
good? Are you having you a good hard Setari?
And
Yes.
then in
You
the
just sit in the room
process,
and cry for a minute.
then in the process of speaking, I would have been walking towards that room to check on you because that's way too long for you to be alone. I will go find Ikrie.
You find her with relative ease. Ikrie, it is up to you whether whatever door you're behind is locked or not.
No, it's not. But you
Oh.
see her plump down on the floor with her back against the wall near the doorway, and she's just got her head in her hands, and she is crying.
I sit and put my arm around you, but don't say anything.
Ikrie, you are correct. Not only that you know that 100% would not be able to go towards that, obviously, but it would free up a fair bit of resources and garner a massive level of reputation.
Okay. So that's probably our best move then.
As you know, even with your statecraft roll, which was pretty decent, reputation speaks more than even gold does in the upper echelon of kingdoms and nobility and things like that.
Yeah. Okay.
But I apologize for cutting you off there, Kuroku.
I put an arm around Ikrie and just sit with her, but don't say anything. Just be there.
She leans into your chest.
I cast Agitate.
Oh my god.
You cast agonizing despair.
You would beat
Oh,
the
wait.
damn out of you and then thank you.
I will cast Soothe on you.
There, y'all are over there.
The first level Soothe on you.
Sorry,
Yes.
they're off doing whatever. What are your thoughts on it?
On what? On this whole guild thing?
Yeah, and maybe telling people what we have done.
I have one big mistake, and if they hear that the people who are heading the front to fix it is the one who caused it, I don't think that would go well. Maybe it would. I don't know people that well, but I don't think it would go well. I think we'd have a mob on our hands right outside our front door. I could be wrong.
Would be a concern, yeah.
I mean, once it's done, maybe it could be known, but I don't think knowing the ones that have the best hope to fix it are the ones that released it in the first place.
Maybe we should ask around and find out if anyone knows who's responsible for releasing it.
Maybe. It wasn't in that book, so it's not widely known, I think. But there could be some.
Maybe we should go do that now. Or, I'll go hit a tavern or something and ask around. But perhaps your mistake could be held off until I get more information, but I think I should at least say the things that I have done.
You have clearly been very troubled, Co, and I understand, so have I. If it's something that will help you, I'll support you in it.
I think it will lead to a better shield than what it previously was.
I don't think it can get much worse.
No, but to avoid those past mistakes, I think it'd be a good step. Perhaps the people dislike it and make me step down. I don't know.
You hear a
But,
knock at your front door.
Yeah. We can talk about it later.
Of course.
Oh, hey.
Oh, no.
Yes, I've come delivering the king's gold.
Okay, you can just set it right there.
All right.
Thanks. Here, I'll give him a 5 gold tip since.
Oh, no. I appreciate that. Thank you. No, but
Are you sure?
he looks kind of around him and he leans in and he goes, "Are you hiring?"
Yeah, we're gonna need.
I believe so. At some point, yes. This is new.
You want to come back in like a week once we figure out the papers and everything?
Sure. I enjoy being a guard, but there's only so much one can do through all the red tape within Reyholt. I know there's more I could do if I just simply had the ability. And ever since a few months ago when my sister's child came up missing and no one could find him or even really wanted to look, I knew there had to be more to this. There had to be a better way to help people. So I'm sorry, I am rambling. I will leave you to your business.
Oh, wait. Has there been appearances of children often?
Oh, children, animals, adults, male, female, the races don't matter. We were actually ordered not to discuss this. Don't want to cause a panic or have anyone afraid. But I mean, you being the shield, I guess it's okay to say it to you. We're averaging with like 1 to 3 abductions or disappearances or so a week.
I see. Did actually come to the town to fix that. We think we know who's behind it.
Well, I'm sorry, not a week, a month. It's like 1 to 3 a month. Or just
Okay, it's still bad, but not.
Yeah, 1 to 3 a week is insane. Like,
Yeah.
The sewers are overloaded with bodies at this point.
Okay.
We found some information that may help with that, and we're gonna start investigating.
The prophecy brings you back to save us from the necropolis. We are on the verge of war, and yet you still find time to... You truly are saints.
This is
Please
personal.
don't call me that.
This is one that Opsu will demand I deal with.
He kind of furrows his brow. You, Opsu?
Yes, the good dragon deity.
Dragons are gods?
There's some.
Some of them.
I'll hand him the book, actually. If you wish to read more on it.
Yes, I will read this. Thank you.
We will, we'll see you in a week, I suppose.
Yes.
Very well. There are people that are already going into your stores and loading your food. And things of that nature, so you should have plenty of food and wine.
Thank you.
I will be here finishing overseeing as they fill your stores, though if you will stop slamming the door in my face.
What?
So if you need anything, I will be just outside for the next hour or two.
All right.
Thank you.
Setari, grab that chest.
Can I alone? I mean, that's a lot of
I'll
gold to
help you.
lift.
I'm
Okay.
gonna drag it somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't
I'm
know,
just
another
dragging it
room.
around.
I'm gonna open it.
Reflex save.
Oh man.
No, all the gold is in there.
The king, if they can defeat,
And
then it'll.
I'm swimming in gold.
Yeah, accidentally dropped it onto you. Just.
Yako opens it and jumps into the chest.
Sorry, I've never had this much gold before.
It's more than I've ever seen.
Kuroku, you smell large amounts of gold.
Oh, I think we gotta go.
Close the chest.
No, nothing. Nothing.
Here. Here. All right. Well, I guess these are the funds for the shield.
That's y'all's money.
Yeah, it's our money.
You will also... That was your money whether you took over the shield or not. You will receive an occasional stipend. The way I'm going to have the guild work, y'all can work on it how you want. There will be certain quest tied to it occasionally. Similar to how some of the kingdom building in 1E kind of goes, but way more kind of lax on it. Y'all are still your own adventurers going and doing your own thing, so you can put as little or as much effort into this as you want. If you just kind of want to use it as a home base to store your crap, that's fine. But if you kind of want to expand upon it and explore story hooks and quest lines involved with it, they will be available as well.
All right. Well, yeah, that 25 just gets split between us four, doesn't it? Or should we hold up 500 for Karth?
As that, do we need some money for the guild? We're hiring.
Apparently, we're being paid this ourselves, and then the guild will be having a different fund.
The things, finances for the guild I will more or less handle that. Again, if you wish to be involved, you can, but otherwise it's going to be kind of a behind the scenes, based on how much roleplay effort y'all want to do is how it will build up from there, or what direction you will head in.
Right. So I guess take your 500.
You keeping 500 to the side for Karth?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
It's only right. At least for something this big. I get the smaller amounts, but
yeah,
it's huge.
It's a decent bit of money.
Kuroku, Ikrie.
I wonder what's keeping them.
They're making
I don't
out.
know. Wait, without me? Oh. Okay.
What,
Wait, without me?
what was it?
I don't know. It's sitting in there. Hold on.
Isn't that where the food's being
You
delivered?
do want your gold?
When you open the door, you see him in fox form, and you hear Kuroku say, "Your name is actually less ridiculous than it sounds." And then,
Okay,
Hey, Kuroku interrupts, and I don't tell you.
both of you have been very quiet. Are y'all like whispering each other? I'm assuming.
yes.
Yes.
Okay, so the actual roleplay is happening. Okay, yeah, no problem.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay, no. You open the door, and Ikrie is holding his paw.
And
Oh, yeah.
they are engaged.
Like, she's like leaned in pretty close and like as best she can, trying to intertwine her fingers, and then Ko walks in, and she just kind of straightens up.
He tilts his head like the hammer's going on in there. DT want your gold?
Gold? Yes.
Yes.
It has been delivered.
It's 250. No, 500 each.
You each get 200 gold. There you go.
Cool, I'm very disappointed in you.
He already told us how much gold he was giving us.
No,
You
it looks
should
like
take-
you guys are a thing now. So it's one group, you get 500. No.
You're just jealous.
Yeah,
Well,
without
yeah.
me? God. All right. I'll take out my phone. Oh, I can't edit it.
I already added mine.
Oh well.
Just add 500 gold to your inventories. Throw 500 gold. Oh, just Googling this. Everyone add 500 gold.
Yeah.
Hydra, you've been pretty good at keeping charge of it. So wherever y'all have the shared party loot right now, throw 500. You know what? I'll just put 500 gold. What is upstairs in this place?
Just a bunch of other rooms from what I remember.
Okay, a bunch of beds, tables. There's a little chapel. That's cool.
Oh yeah, I'm like the first one up here. I can like take a room.
There's only one room with beds. It has 6 beds. Y'all share a room.
Oh, apparently.
This is a guild hall, so you would imagine it would be set up like that, you know?
Yeah, it's not surprising.
I do like the office on the bottom right. Off the second floor. Look over here.
Oh yeah, it's got all the wine bottles in it.
I didn't even notice that. Yeah, it does. So that's where he did say food and wine. That's where he put the wine, I guess.
Apparently.
Did you just take the shortcut?
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah,
Okay,
just
so there's this whole deed signature thing.
Kuroku steps out, Ko, and he will...
It is there. I will make up an actual item later, but it is there. How is it being signed? And you don't have to decide that right now. It's up to you.
That feels like a Discord conversation that we're going to have throughout the week.
That's fine with me. I'm sure you'd like to get Cart's input on that as well.
Yes.
What
I'm
were you
signing
saying?
off.
Kuroku, Ikrie walks out of the kitchen, then Kuroku walks out a couple seconds later with dinner plate-sized eyeballs, and he just kind of scoops his money in a bag and then walks upstairs.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go hit a tavern.
is everything alright, Ikrie?
No, but we're going to make it all right.
I like that. Fair.
Ikrie just found out she's pregnant.
Not yet.
No, but Ko is.
Did you guys kiss? That's how you get pregnant, right?
Yeah, that's why Ko has no children. He never.
Yeah, that's why
kisses.
Ko doesn't have any baby.
Kuroku is very... You hear Kuroku just yell, "Ah!" from upstairs.
What?
Ikrie just kind of like chuckles.
Actually, you can see Kuroku from where y'all are standing.
Well, technically, not actually on the battle map, but there is a second floor balcony you can. Look.
Yeah, you guys actually see Kuroku on the balcony, and he's leaning over the balcony looking at everyone and basically shouting, "There are no bedrooms, only barracks."
Yes.
I need to.
Are there any round rooms?
There is a bathroom.
Not a bathroom, a round room.
A round room?
Yes.
No.
No.
What
No.
about the hound?
There are many corners in the place.
Okay. Anyone want to go to the tavern with me?
Yes. I
Okay,
will.
let's go.
I like how Kuroku just jumped on that.
Actually,
Kuroku, give me an acrobatics check.
yep, Kuroku was going to flip the balcony.
Yeah.
You know, why's not?
Ko, you begin walking towards the door and kind of raise your voice. Anybody want to go to the tavern with me? And you hear yes, and look beside you, and Kuroku is standing beside you as he jumped off the second floor balcony.
Yes, I need a drink. Let's go.
Come on, start.
What's the worst that can happen? Not gonna release
Secret
anything else
comment.
terrible, right?
Oh, what tavern y'all headed to? I might catch up to you.
I don't know, whatever's around here.
You're the one from around here. Oh, Kuroku, you know.
Yes, I know.
It's been 50 years since you've been here.
The building should still be there.
I cannot remember the name of it, but not terribly far from here is the large tavern that Sota played at and invited you to come do a duet with him at once.
Yeah, sure. I probably played in a lot of these places, so I will take them to whichever one I like the most, which is probably the biggest one. The
Yeah,
biggest.
that one is fairly large. That one is big because of the performances put on it. It's not a great tavern, but it is a great place to see a concert.
Take me to Medieval Ropers.
Yes, you go to Medieval Ropers where you do medieval line dancing.
For those of you not from here, that's the big country/rap bar in our town that everyone goes to, where all the basic people get drunk
And shot.
and shot. Yes.
How about
Well,
we
no,
not
but-
go there?
Well, they shut the hunt club down.
I will say you do have the paperwork for the deed, so you can kind of decide how you're handling that. And in it is a letter from King Elijah specifically to you, Ikrie. I don't think anyone else would have read it or opened it, so I'm assuming it's still sealed. Like Hydra, Rordrik, it was delivered to you two. Did y'all open it and read her mail?
If it was for her, then no. If it was
No,
clear,
I put it
then...
on the desk.
And Ikrie, all the letter says is, whenever you have time, come and find me at my home, at my manor, or whatever, and we will discuss what we can do about what we talked about earlier. Like, he is being very vague, but you know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
He's saying whenever you feel like you approach him, he's going to leave you alone to kind of handle your business until you're ready to move that along.
Okay. And it was that you walked into the door into the room with Ikrie and Kuroku at exactly the right time.
Yeah, such a weird moment.
Like, I mean, it was so perfect.
Okay.
Like, wonderful for dramatic tension.
And that's on video.
And now Ko really thinks y'all are a couple.
Are they not? He doesn't know.
None of y'all know.
Kuroku doesn't even know.
Well, Ko, you can ask. You're with Kuroku, and Ikrie's not here. Y'all are having a boys and tiger night out.
Tiger drunk. I'm just the third wheel. Don't worry.
I will distract myself from
being Kuroku or
Setari, you are not the third wheel. You are the designated driver as they get too drunk and you shift into a tiger and they ride you home.
Designated tiger?
I don't actually get large, and I don't have that spell today. That'd be hard.
Now that I have riding equipment available to me, I'm assuming here in these offices.
Oh, definitely.
I will begin teaching Chadwick how to write.
Cool.
He's gonna be literate.
It gonna take him a little bit. He gonna be literate. Ko, as y'all are walking to this large tavern that Kuroku knows of, you pass by a smaller kind of dive bar hole in the wall tavern. And Ko, somebody whistles at you. A very comely woman whistles at you as loud as she can, like the fingers in your lips whistle.
Yeah.
And when you turn, she kind of waves at you, goes, "Exotic, never had dragon before."
Well,
it's probably a cultist, or I'm getting laid. I'll talk to you guys later.
Either way, I'm gonna go check this out.
That's...
I'm gonna creep on them.
The Inn of Ill Repute that Ko has just stepped into is named the Gentleman's Custard.
I am definitely gonna creep on them.
God, that's so good.
Be fun.
Is this...
And now, since I have learned from the best by watching Rordrik's videos, I will be leaving you on that cliffhanger.
Setari's just standing outside like this is supposed to be a nice night.
I grab Setari and drag her out.
Okay, we will start next session with the adventures of the Gentleman's Custard. Which sounds weird when I put adventures in front of it. Sounds worse.
Zoe doesn't have to know.